De Zerbi takes training at Tottenham. Cristian Romero comments whilst on international duty. Danny Welbeck gives his view on Roberto De Zerbi at Brighton. And Victor Wanyama gives his view after retiring from football. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is the daily Tottenham news headlines. My name's Lee and I'm here to go through all the reports, rumours and news making the headlines today. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Share, like and comment in the comment section below. If you are listening on audio platforms, please do consider following and leave a review if you can. So today there's a fair few stories to get through. So just going to quickly run through all those and then I'm going to give you my opinion of these at the end. So starting off, Cristian Romero was talking about Tottenham's situation whilst away on international duty. I'm not really having the best of times, to be honest, but beyond everything, I have to put myself right. I have to focus on the club now. I need to switch on the Tottenham mindset. Try to get out of the bad situation that we are in. And like I always do, give everything in every training session and every match and try to move forward. Roberto De Zerbi took his first training session at Hotspur away on Friday, getting heavily involved in the session. Let's go to the report from the Daily Mail. So Roberto De Zerbi was praised for making an instant impression at Brighton in a boost to hopes he can handle Tottenham Hotspur's away Tottenham Hotspur away from danger. The Italian put pen to paper on a 5-year contract at the North London outfit earlier this week to succeed Igor Tudor. With Spurs embroiled in a relegation battle with only 7 Premier League fixtures remaining this season. Brighton striker Danny Welbeck previously discussed the start of the Italian's tenure at Brighton and disclosed that he was immediately impressive. The former Manchester United and Arsenal striker told ESPN straight away from day one he's been impressive with a charisma and a passion for the game. He's got an eye for fine detail and every single pass and movement. He's really involved a lot of players. He gives everybody the opportunity to get on the pitch and show what they can do. He had a huge impact. It's not easy as we had a good manager before in Graham Potter, but Roberto has been unbelievable with the lads, with the dressing room and everything around the club. His charisma and passion you only get to see 20% of what you see. We see everything he does, and it's a joy to be working for this manager right now. Roberto De Zerbi in his first Tottenham Hotspur interview said, "In all my discussions with the club's leadership, their ambition for the future has been clear, to build a team capable of reaching great achievements and to do that playing a style of football that excites and inspires our supporters. I'm here because I believe in that ambition and have signed a long-term contract to give everything to deliver it. Our short-term priority is to climb the Premier League table, which will be the complete focus until the final whistle of the last game of the season." Luka Vuskovic on next season. "After this season, I'll be a Tottenham player again. I have a contract there until 2030. It's also my dream to play alongside my brother Mario at Hamburg. I would give everything for that. Tottenham know that too." The bookies are predicting that Spurs will be a Premier League team next season. They think Spurs will finish 17th. The relegation odds 15-1, back out from 6-4, although as short as 11-8 with some firms. They think West Ham will go down alongside Burnley and Wolves, and they are predicting Leeds will finish 15th and Forest 16th. Former Spurs midfielder Victor Wanyama, who retired from football on Friday, has stated he thinks De Zerbi will keep Spurs up. I firmly believe he is the right man for Tottenham. He can keep them up 100%. He may need to compromise principles at first, but he's very experienced. He knows what is missing and what is necessary. So a few bits and pieces in there, mainly around De Zerbi, of course, because that's the big story with him coming in. But if we kick off with the Cristian Romero comments, not having the best of times, blah, blah, blah. I get that. We are going through a really, really difficult time. And yeah, I mean, he's not been outstanding this season. He's had some discipline issues and so on, some form problems. But on his day, obviously, very, very good player. I mean, his passing range is really, really good. If we can just go under the radar long enough for the referees to start to say, actually, we don't just have to book him every time. He may kind of get a little bit of slack, stop those rash challenges. He gets picked up all the time by the media, by referees and so on. But that's generally because it's Cristian Romero. We've seen even recently tackles being thrown in that if that had been Cristian Romero, he'd have been sent off. And yet in this situation, those players aren't sent off. So it's the kind of Cristian Romero test, isn't it, about whether they should or shouldn't go. If Cristian Romero should go, then everybody else should go. Or if they stay on the pitch, then Cristian Romero should be staying on the pitch. And I think that's the issue, is the fact that he's giving himself such a name that he needs to kind of get that put behind him, I guess, is kind of what I'm saying. Talking about Danny Welbeck's view when Roberto De Zerbi went to Brighton. I mean, that's really heartening to hear. Bearing in mind, Graham Potter was very good for them, and they were flying very high in the Premier League. Hence why Potter got moved on to Chelsea, where it all went wrong. But for him to come in after Potter and make an instant impact, I think that's really, really good news, and exactly what we want to hear. I've seen the video of his training sessions, and he does look very focused, very involved, very engaging, taking time to talk to individual players and so on. So Sandro has also said the same, said how good he is. A couple of others, I think, that I've seen have all been very complimentary. So it does bode well if he can give some of that into Tottenham and give them the belief that they can move this on and actually get out of trouble. Then that will be a massive improvement. 7 games to make that impact, and then it's all to play for next season. So only time will tell. But certainly from the training that I have seen on the Tottenham Hotspur YouTube channel, does look like he's getting heavily involved with the players and right in the mix of it. So that's good to see, something we haven't seen for a very long time, to be fair. In his interview, he's shown his commitment to the club and the fact that he's there for the long haul, 5-year contract, looking to build something for the long term. Knows the short-term priority is to stay in the league, so you can't escape that. Will he stay for 5 years? Time will tell. 5 years in football is a long time. But it'll be interesting. You have to have success to kind of get that. That's how Guardiola stayed for so long, Klopp stayed for so long, Wenger stayed for so long, Ferguson for so long, and Pochettino to a certain extent stayed for so long because we believed we were so close. So yeah, I'd love to see a manager stay at Spurs for a considerable period and actually build something. But to do that, it needs to be fully backed by the club, and that's always been the missing link. So be interesting to see whether they actually do that. We'll see. Luka Vuskovic, this is a bit of a strange one. Contracted with Tottenham until 2030. He's ripping it up in the Bundesliga, playing very, very well. And that's great to see. I'd love to see him come into Tottenham and show that for us as well. The comments about playing with his brother at Hamburg, it may be something that he wants to do and so on. But surely the contract he's signed suggests that he's going to be at Spurs for a while. So maybe he needs to get his head in the game and start worrying about playing for Tottenham rather than playing for Hamburg, and let Mario be good enough to come and play for Tottenham maybe, and go from there. But concentrate on what's in front of you, mate, and what contract you're signing. Class player. I want to see him develop. I want to see him do the business at Tottenham. Keen to keep playing. Obviously, that's why he went out on loan, because he didn't see himself getting in the team with Romero and Van der Ven there. And look how that's turned out, because actually we could have probably done with him. I can't say that I'm a betting man, to be honest with you. I don't do betting. I know lots and lots of people do, but it's good that the odds are showing in our favour. The Opta stats that they quoted said 27% likely to be relegated, and these odds kind of back that up. West Ham are looking the most likely according to the bookies, with Leeds and Nottingham Forest looking to be in the spots above us. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think Forest are still right in it. Leeds maybe not, but if they lose a few of those games against those around us, they could get themselves dragged right into it. So it'll be interesting to see from that point of view. But yeah, those are the odds, 15-8. So if you're a betting person, I'll leave that all to you. You guys know more about that than I do. And then kind of finishing off with Victor Wanyama retiring from football on Friday, with some good words again about De Zerbi, and believes he's going to keep Tottenham up and so on. But what a great servant Wanyama was to the club, playing alongside Moussa Dembele. No one can forget that absolute rocket against Liverpool. And the fact that he likes spaghetti very, very much. So, yeah, good luck to Wanyama, good servant to the club, and had a decent career for sure. So yeah, fairly short one today. Bits and pieces of news coming out, obviously, as we progress. But that's the headlines that I've got here today. So if you've liked the episode, please do think about giving us a thumbs up. It helps the old algorithm. Share if you can. Comment in the comment section below, and let us know what you're thinking. Anything you'd like to talk about, anything that you think we've missed or so on, that would be great to hear. And again, if you're listening on audio platforms, out walking the dog or driving somewhere nice for the weekend, please do consider following the channel and leaving a review. That would be absolutely fantastic. As I said at the start, my name's Lee the Dorset Spur. I do have my own YouTube channel. Be more than happy for you guys to come over and join me there. If you've liked this video, you'll like what I do, reviews and kind of views from the heart. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Up the Spurs.